Welcome back. You're watching Hard Copy, coming to you from our studios in Abuja. The governor of Nasarawa State, Tanko Al-Makura, is our guest. Well, before we went on that break, we were talking about urban renewal, and we're talking about the area, Karo local government area more specifically. And I think the most, even narrowing it down to Masaka and Maraba and, that entire stretch, just leaving the federal capital territory. You were there some time ago on the strength of an eyewitness report to see for yourself what, the eyewitness was complaining about in terms of refuse not being properly disposed. Is one of the things that residents who live in that area still complain about. They say that the community initiative is not working as it should work. And they also talk about the motorcyclists who are still very common along that axis. Many accidents are still happening along that road. Do you consider it a problem?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think to say that the initiative and activities we are doing towards waste management of that corridor is not working, I think is still not fair on us, because for people residing in that area and commuters that pass along that area, I can say with every sense of responsibility that never has a time, never have we had a time that area has been so clean.
But would you say it could be better?
Yeah, of course. In every human endeavor, any efforts you have put, you could still do better. But I must say, we are doing the best we can. And what we have at the moment in that zone is the best that has ever happened in the past 10, 12 years. So I expect commendation rather than some kind of speculation or even condemnation, because we have decided to set up a waste management committee that was given every independence and authority to handle the issue of waste management from one end to the other.
But are they doing their job as they should?
No, they are doing very well. I challenge anybody who is making that statement to have a drive from AYA right to Masaka. If there's any heap of waste that is menacing the road or the sideback, let me know. What you may have is something where we have the dump site. And because of the quantum of waste that is being generated by the excessive population in that zone, you should expect a tumultuous amount of refuse almost 24 hours. Now we have been able to secure dump sites, about 3 different sites. As far as I'm concerned, that area is being taken care of, and even the dump sites, we're finding ways and means to ensure that those ways are being translated into some other uses. Your
Excellency, we're almost running out of time now, so I'm going to take you up quickly on security. Okay. It's one area where you've had quite a number of challenges. You've dealt with communal clashes. You had clashes between ethnic groups, Egon and Alago. You also had to deal with herdsmen clashes at some point. You're working in partnership with your brother governor in Benue State. But only recently, one of the plans that you had, which was to set aside grazing land for herdsmen, we saw people protesting against that. What do you think you have to do to ensure that people are convinced that that is one of the solutions that would work?
You see, the issue of security challenges had been with Nasarawa State even before I came. It was surprising to note that my first assignment after being sworn in on a Saturday in 2011 was to go straight into Security Council meeting because of the herdsmen farmers problem. Be that as it may, we had lived with it, and we are finding ways and means to ensure that we regulate such challenge so that it doesn't snowball into things that people would lose their lives. That's one aspect. The second aspect is the communal clashes, which you are very much aware, the Ombase crisis, which was an uprising of certain category of people killing, maiming, and destroying one village after another, to the extent that the climax ended in the killing of over 87 security operatives. That was what the security challenges I have had to face since 2011 to now.
Just as an aside, quickly, what has happened to the investigation, you know, the Ombatse crisis where 87 people died? 87 security operatives.
Yeah, it is on course, you see, but it is a kind of interdisciplinary collaboration to ensure that the culprits are brought to book. As far as we are concerned, we set up a judicial commission of inquiry. We passed the white paper and also presented the papers for prosecution at the court. But you see, the problem has to do with the police, with the SS, with other agencies. Don't forget, at the time, at the heat of this problem, a security officer came and said they have forgotten, they have forgiven those that have even killed the security operatives. So you can see the slowness in which such efforts by the state could get easily handled. But in any case, we are trying to ensure that whoever is found to have involved himself in the Ombatse crisis does not go scot-free. And it is still in court, and the process is ongoing. But with regard to the issue of farmer herdsmen between Nasarawa and Benue and our intervention, I would say that in the past 1 year, we have not had any problem about herdsmen and farmers. All this is because we have developed an in-house arrangement of what we call community-based conflict resolution approach. You see, a situation where you leave herdsmen and farmers to sort themselves out when they have problem can never solve the problem. You must have an in-house arrangement in such a manner that wherever there is any problem, those people within the vicinity of the problem who know who the parties to the issues are, solve the problem. That is working for us, and that is why when my colleague, the governor of Benue State, who had passion to see that these challenges are sorted out, invited me to also, because there are certain part of the state that had the same problem with Benue. And when we went, we deployed all our initiatives and also promoted the issue of community-based conflict resolution mechanism. And I believe that was working. What other people were talking about, that it was not acceptable, that it was one-sided, it was not true, because when we went to have that reconciliation, all the parties to the dispute were there, and the critical stakeholders were the people that took the decision. One
of the areas people are worried about is you're still dealing with the aftermath of, you know, some of the crisis. In some areas, you know, Al-Makura school that was set up to take care of children on the streets has been occupied by IDPs, you know, who have been displaced from some of this conflict. How soon do you think that these people will be able to return to their abode so that this school can serve the purpose for which it is meant?
Yes, I don't know what happens in other areas, but as far as we are concerned in Nasarawa, there is only one Al-Makura school that's been occupied by IDPs. And unfortunately, we're only extending courtesies and goodwill to our neighbors. The problem did not start in Nasarawa, which culminated in the people migrating to the Al-Makura school. The people that are living there, the ones living in Shabu, Al-Makura school, and these people are people who had problem in Taraba State and had to take flight from Taraba to Nasarawa. And you see, naturally, when someone is in distress, it is only human that you don't just drive him away. Not even Al-Makura school. If the refugees come to my house, the government house, I won't drive them away. I only find a way of placating them, finding one way or another that I can reduce their burden.
Well, Your Excellency, at this point, I must say thank you for coming on Hard Copy.
Thank you very much, Mafe. It's a pleasure being in this program.
Well, that's the program today. We must acknowledge mails from Peter Eziani, who wrote in from Enugu, Sunny from Ojodu in Lagos, Bolaji Borishade, and Emmanuel from Luxembourg. You can send us your mail and tweets by writing to hardcopy@channelstv.com or tweeting at CTV Hardcopy. Thank you for watching. I'm Maokwe Ogun. See you next week.